Ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I hope you're all having a wonderful Christmas this year, as am I. And so to celebrate, I decided why not make an extra video for the week, and so here we are. The Straw Hats have certainly done a lot of things this year, a lot of good obviously because they are the main protagonists, but also a lot of bad, because obviously they are not heroes, they are pirates first and foremost. So today, we'll be looking at all the deeds that the Straw Hat Pirates have done and deciding which of them go on the nice list and which of them go on the naughty list. Anyway, let's jump right into it. So starting off with, of course, our glorious captain, Monkey D. Luffy. He's kind of in a gray area, because as the newly awakened sun god Nika, he literally brings laughter and freedom to the oppressed people of the One Piece world. So that is a very good deed and would put him on a nice list if he wasn't Monkey D. Luffy. Because, well, we know who Luffy is. He is very reckless and he is a glutton first and foremost as well. He loves food. Luffy loves food more than anything else, and he would steal it in a heartbeat, which is not exactly the best thing to do. Though of course this year he has fought the highest powers in the world government to protect his friends and a random scientist that he doesn't even know before he arrived at Egghead. So that alone probably should constitute him being on the nice list, but he's very borderline. Santa would probably give him a pass because Luffy's Gear 5 is a very powerful form that brings joy and laughter to the people who witness it, much like, well, himself. Now, unlike his captain Luffy, Zoro is most definitely on the naughty list, and I'll explain why. Zoro has a lot of connection to the devil, and more specifically his forms, because one of his forms is literally called King of Hell, which definitely would raise a couple of red flags in Santa's mind. But the thing is, Zoro obviously isn't evil outright, but he's not like the best person in the world either. Unlike Luffy, he doesn't bring laughter or joy to the people that witness him or anything like that. He is a swordsman and he's very destructive. His primary contribution to the world of One Piece this year has been cutting massive structures and ending people. So, yeah, not exactly the best of deeds. Santa would probably generally prefer people who build things and build connections, not people who leave a trail of destruction behind them. Though of course, I'm not saying that Luffy didn't destroy things either, but his good deeds cancel that out, sort of, so he would still be on the nice list, just borderline, but Zoro doesn't have that benefit, so he's definitely on the naughty list for sure. Much like Zoro, Nami is also on the naughty list, but for different reasons. Nami is very famously a thief and a pickpocket. Her name is literally Cat Burglar Nami, so it should come to no surprise that she is on the naughty list. She has extorted people, she would be the type of person that would commit tax evasion, and she goes to very extreme lengths to get more money. Nami's first instinct is usually just trying to secure more treasure or leveraging others' debts, like when she gave Zoro like a 200% interest when he needed money. Nami would most definitely be on the naughty list, and she would definitely get a lump of coal from Santa, although knowing her character, she would probably try to sell that coal for a bit of profit because, well, that's who she is. Usopp is in a pretty weird situation when it comes to his deeds, because Usopp didn't really do much this year, like in the manga or in the anime. I mean, we kind of know what Usopp's situation is. He's not exactly the strongest, so it would make sense. I mean, Santa would probably think that, you know, oh, he doesn't have to be strong. He doesn't have to be like the monster tree or something like that. So he would excuse that, but Usopp's lying is definitely not excusable. Usopp is obviously very famous for lying, and lying is a very bad thing to do. So Usopp would probably remind Santa of the boy who cried wolf, and there's a reason why the boy is the lesson to be learned here. So Usopp would probably be on the naughty list, but just barely, because, I mean, he's trying, right? He's trying his best every single day, and that would probably be what Santa would find to be commendable about his character. Okay, so we all know who the next one is, and do I really need to say anything? Like, do I really need to say why Sanji's on the naughty list? Look, he's a great character. He's one of my favorites, and he will forever be one of the greatest characters Oda's ever written. But Toei ruined him, I think. Toei slandered him so bad, okay? But even then, the things he's done in the manga are nowhere near excusable either. So yeah, he's going on the naughty list 100%. That is non-negotiable. Sanji, please just like do better, man. Please, for the love of God, do better, please. As a Sanji fan, the one thing I want in this world more than anything else is for him to stop simping. He'd definitely get the most amount of coal, or I guess the least. The least, yeah, he'd get the least amount of coal. Anyway, finally, we arrive at someone who would be on the nice list, Tony Chopper, and this should also be no question. Chopper is without a shadow of a doubt on the nice list. I mean, what has he really done other than doing good? He didn't commit property damage, he didn't commit tax evasion, extortion, he's not a simp, he's just a really lovable dude. I mean, who doesn't love Chopper? All he's really done in the Egghead arc is protecting the defenseless inhabitants of Egghead. He heals them, he does his usual doctoring duties, and while he doesn't fight, he doesn't need to, because fighting is just like an optional thing. You can do it, but you don't have to. Right? I think that's the Straw Hat's philosophy, you know what I mean? Like, if you can't fight, just let Zoro or Sanji or Luffy do it for you, right? They've got more than enough firepower to last in the Grand Line. At least for now. I'm not sure how they would continue after Egghead. Anyway, Robin is pretty much on the same boat as Chopper. I mean, I can't really recall her doing anything bad or anything that Santa would consider bad. Well, of course, her dark humor might be a bit creepy, but it's humor. I mean, Santa probably knows humor. He probably understands Robin's point of view, so he would understand that Robin's just joking, and all that she's really done is seek the truth, and that is a very honorable thing. That is a very honorable action. That is a very honorable goal. And while she was once an assassin, she's pretty much gotten rid of that occupation entirely. She's definitely nicer than the person she once was. So Robin would definitely make it on the nice list, not undoubtedly, but she would make it. Continuing with the nice list members, we have Frankie, who has been absolutely nothing but goated this year. Frankie just kept being Frankie in Egghead, and while we didn't see him have any sort of power-up, that was not really the point of Egghead. Like, people keep saying, oh, Frankie should have had a power-up in Egghead, or like, why didn't he get a power-up, why is he still weak? Egghead isn't Frankie's arc, much like how Wano wasn't Zoro's arc, much like how Elbaf is probably not Usopp's arc either. Just because the island has some sort of connection to a Straw Hat, that doesn't mean it's their arc automatically. Anyway, tangent aside, Frankie has been nothing but goated this year. He helped Vegapunk escape Egghead, among other good deeds, so he's definitely going on the nice list, and he is pretty much the only unslanderable character in all of One Piece. So props to him. Big W, big W. We love Frankie. Now Brook, okay, this one's tough. On one hand, he is the musician of the Straw Hat Pirates, and that is a role that he has committed to fully. He always keeps the crew spirit up with his songs, and they all love him pretty much. So he would make it on the nice list if there isn't a little asterisk that says he is also a perv. So he's probably not making it on the nice list. He's kind of in the same boat as Sanji with the, the perviness, obviously. So it's either he gets put on the naughty list because of his perviness, or he gets on the nice list because Santa would probably just overlook it because he's funny, first of all, and he's very charismatic. He's a musician. He's cool. So he's pretty much the only one that could go in either one. It honestly just depends on your perspective. Is he bad because of his perviness, or is he good because he's charismatic, he's cool, he has always supported the crew? It's really either one. It could be either one. Anyway, finally we have Jinbei, and unlike Brook, he is undoubtedly on the nice list. Jinbei's actions this year have always been defined by duty and de-escalating the situation. He has spent most of the story as a Straw Hat being the crew's quote-unquote dad, or at least he has the kind of dad role. He always carries the crew's emotional baggage and he always protects the weaker members. He also was the one who, ended Zoro and Lucci's 100-chapter fight, so, that's great. He's emotionally mature, he's self-sacrificial, he's overall a great guy. I can't really name the bad things he's done, so he is definitely a lock on the nice list. Anyway, that's my picks on which of these Straw Hats would be on Santa's nice and naughty list. And let me restate once again, this video is not meant to be taken seriously. It's just a goofy little video that I decided to make on Christmas because I have nothing else better to do. So if you have any other opinion, that's fine. It really doesn't matter when it comes to silly questions like this, so I'll get to actual videos next year, I promise. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, consider clicking the subscribe and like button, it'll be greatly appreciated, and comment down below what you think. Which of these Straw Hats do you think would go on the nice and naughty list? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video, and next year.